This is a tier 4 Sven boss. Despite looking like a regular Minecraft wolf, it has 2.4 million HP, and I just killed over 2,200 of them. But if you're a Skyblock player, you probably know that it's not especially hard to beat. Honestly, it's one of the first bosses that you can beat. So what's so good about killing them? Well, this boss can drop an item called the OVERFLUX capacitor, which is the main item used to craft the OVERFLUX power orb, a healing item that almost every player will use at least once as they progress in Hypixel Skyblock. This is because of its ability to regenerate both your mana and health incredibly fast. And I needed one. Well, not really, since I already had one, but I wanted to get more so I could sell them in the auction house, as each one sells for over 100 million coins. But before we get into things, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as I spend a lot of time making these videos. And if you already did, thank you. It started out simple. I would log on and equip my golden dragon pet, head from spawn to the howling caves under the park, kill wolves until it summoned my boss, then kill my boss. From when I started the quest to when I killed the boss, it took me around 1 minute and 10 seconds, which for someone with the gear I had was incredibly slow. You see, I had a golden dragon pet and a daedalus axe to maximize my magic fortune, although my golden dragon was nowhere near as high level as it is now. I think it was around level 140 by this time. On day 1, I ran around smacking Svens in the park for an hour and got around 20 hamster wheels. The next day, I did the same thing and got another 20 hamster wheels. But I got my first rare drop from the Svens, a couture rune. Although I don't even know why this is a rare drop, as it's, at least in my opinion, completely useless. On day 3, I continued, except that I decided to recombobulate my Necron's armor and throw in gemstones, which made things a little faster. At least, I'd hoped they would make things faster. I don't think it really made any difference, and I ended up getting basically the same number of hamster wheels as the first day, putting me at a total of 1 stack. By the beginning of day 4, I finally realized the biggest mistake I was making in the first 3 days. When it comes to any Slayer, one of the main things you should almost always do is set auto pet rules. Just by having it switch to a wolf pet when the Slayer quest starts and switching to a magic find pet when the boss spawns, your efficiency should increase by around 30%, which in the long run makes a very sizable increase to your rates. Since at the time I was a massive mining nerd, I had already gotten pet rules, but I didn't swap them off my mining pet rules, even though it only takes like 15 seconds to do. But finally, I did it, so I continued like this for the next 7 days, putting us on day 11. By this time, I had 5 stacks of hamster wheels and spent about 12 hours killing Svens, meaning I was only making around 2 million coins an hour. But I had to keep going because if I got even 1 OVERFLUX, it would make it all worth it. The only problem was I absolutely hated killing Svens in the park, as it was always completely full of people stealing wolves from me. And since I was annoyed at how full the Howling Cave lobbies were, I decided to travel back from the park to the main hub, where I then began killing Svens at the hub castle. To my surprise, the rates didn't seem to be any worse than in the park. In fact, doing Svens in a private hub lobby was actually a lot faster. On average, I think I was saving around 5 to 10 seconds, which might not seem like a lot, but when I planned to kill over 2,000 alone, that would save over 3 hours of my time. But that's not the only reason killing Svens in hub lobbies is better than park lobbies. You see, if you get someone else to join you, you can do something called boss trading, which, for those of you who haven't done it before, is essentially just allowing a friend of yours to kill your boss while you kill their boss. The reason you do this is to gain the combat experience from the other person's boss to summon your own boss faster, and also to loot share drops off of their boss. Bro, why are you fishing in the Sven pond?
Bro, you left for how long to go do your 5x titanium event? You just got here. We haven't even done a boss. I woke up for this. I'm gonna go back to fishing.
Well, it was faster when we were actually killing the boss. When optimized, it looks like this.
Might summon my thingy. I can't. I don't know. No? Okay, I'm like about to summon though. Yeah, follower throne.
Take it. I gotta follow a pond. But...
Yeah. We'll just kill this. And I'll just leave that. You do that. Oh, it should. Okay. We're gonna like speed run the pond after this to get the follower.
Now, an important thing to consider when boss trading is that you want to make sure that you don't kill any of the mini bosses you summon. Instead, you tell the person that you're trading with where it is and have them kill it. This is because no matter what, you get the experience from your own mini boss when it dies, but if the other person kills it, they also get the experience. So you effectively get 2 times the mini bosses. By day 22, I'd already surpassed Wolf Slayer 8, and to my surprise, I'd finally gotten my first OVERFLUX, which was really necessary at this point, as I was almost about to quit, as the person I was trading with had already dropped an OVERFLUX of their own, despite only having killed half the bosses I had at this point. An OVERFLUX that they'd gotten off my boss, meaning it was 4 times rarer than a regular OVERFLUX. I wasn't recording, but he took a screenshot of it. Yeah, I think it's safe to say I wasn't very happy. But the cards of fate seemed to be in favor of giving me trash loot, because in almost the entirety of the next week, all I got was Kotra runes. I even got them back to back, but that was a sign that my luck was changing in my favor, because right afterwards I got my second OVERFLUX. Now, I wanted to finish this up as I was on break from school for the next few days, so on day 29, 30, and 31, I spent almost 8 hours a day killing Svens, and I'll spare you the details. To put it simply, I finished grinding all 2,200 Svens, and finally, when all was said and done, I had surpassed even Sven Slayer 9, accumulating 1,350,000 Sven Slayer experience. In total, from over a month of daily grinding, the 2,200 Svens I killed had given me 4 OVERFLUXes and 18 stacks of hamster wheels. Together, these are valued at around 500 million coins. With that said, would I recommend you to kill Svens for money? Since this whole ordeal took around 60 hours, I only made a little under 10 million coins an hour. So, no, I really wouldn't, as there are plenty of better things to do. But if you don't have a maxed out mining setup or a sustainable money making method, maybe. Because on top of the money, you also get combat experience, and you are eventually going to want to get Sven Slayer 9 anyway. Although ultimately, it depends on your situation. But I personally wouldn't recommend it as a maxed out miner. But who knows, because maybe you'll be just a little bit luckier than I was.